Have LOVEBITES just taken the biggest step of their career with outstanding power? And could this be the album that truly prepares them for the legendary Budokan stage? That's what we're going to talk about today. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Outstanding Power, the fifth full-length studio album from Japanese power metal band LOVEBITES. Now, personally, my history with the band is still pretty new. I've only really spent time with their previous album, Judgement Day. I enjoyed that record, but I wouldn't say I know the band inside and out. So coming into Outstanding Power, I was honestly curious. I wanted to see if this would be an album that makes me want to go deeper into their catalog. And right away, there's something important about this release. This is their first album released under a worldwide distribution deal with Napalm Records. That's a big move. Napalm is a respected name in the metal world, and this signals that LOVEBITES are aiming even higher on the global stage. But even more important creatively, this is the first album where all 5 members contributed to the songwriting process. That's huge. Instead of 1 or 2 main writers steering the ship, the band shifted into a full collaboration mode at the beginning of 2025. They were writing between January and March while touring Japan on their Eternal Phenomenon tour. They would create rough versions, sometimes just one chorus, and then sit down together, listen, refine the material as a team. That kind of feedback loop helped them avoid getting stuck on one idea and pushed each song to be stronger. They also started writing specifically for each other's strengths. They know each other very well after touring, sharing meals, and spending long nights talking music. So you can hear that in this album. The bass is more present, the drums are more challenging, the guitars are given space to shine. Vocals are written with intention, and thematically, the album centers around resilience. The band uses the image of a ship sailing through storms, rain, lightning, and unstable seas as a metaphor for strength. It's about surviving and pushing forward. With that being said, let's go track by track. The album opens with the Castaway. This is a statement. It's a speedy, symphonic power metal done right, galloping riffs, soaring vocals, big melodic hooks. But what I liked is that they kept orchestration minimal. It feels like 5 musicians driving the sound, not layers of production hiding behind them. Lyrically, it's about inner strength and destiny, surviving through darkness and rain. The music video was also very cool and perfectly represents their sound. As an opener, this track sets the tone with confidence. Silence Void pushes the heaviness up a notch. It's still fast and catchy, but the riffs feel closer to traditional heavy metal, maybe even touching on thrash. The verses are memorable, the chorus sticks. I liked how they balanced aggression with melody here. It doesn't lose its accessibility, but it definitely has more bite. Composed by drummer Haruna, Forbidden Thirst brings a different flavor. There's kind of a pirate feel to parts of it, especially in the rhythm and shifting tempos. It feels adventurous. The drumming stands out, the tempo changes give the song a dramatic flow. Vocally, Asami projects with power and confidence. The track really represents their core power metal identity with melodic lead guitar lines and storytelling energy. Blazing Halo is awesome. Right away, the bass intro grabs you. This is where you can really hear the band's intention to spotlight the bass. It's not buried in the mix, it leads. The structure feels a bit inspired by classic rock. There's almost an AC/DC style in its approach, but it's filtered through a dual guitar power metal intensity. It's fun, it's energetic, it shows they're not afraid to blend influences. Dream of Kings is one of the heaviest tracks in terms of guitar riffs, but overall it settles into a more mid-paced, transitional heavy metal groove. It's melodic, controlled, and powerful without being overly fast. I like the balance here. It's not trying to overwhelm you. It's confident and steady. Out of Control feels like a heavy metal rock anthem. It reminds me of traditional 80s heavy metal. Especially the way the chorus feels built for a live crowd. It's punchy, straightforward, and energetic. Not overly complex, but very effective. Wheels of Fire is another heavy metal rock hymn, but this one leans even more into the 80s glam and arena rock sound. This might be one of the most accessible songs on the album. Big melodies, catchy hooks, and a feel-good energy. It's easy to imagine this one lighting up a large venue. Feels like it was written with the stage in mind. Reaper's Lullaby might be the most surprising track of the album. It's their fastest song to date, and it dives into rougher territory. The opening guitar riff almost goes into black metal territory. Before shifting into extreme thrash metal energy, it's aggressive, dark, and intense. There are gang shouts, heavy repetitive lyrics, and a darker tone, even darker than I've ever heard them before. For me, probably the boldest risk on the album, and actually one of my favorites. Phoenix Rises Again brings the sound back to a more classic power metal territory. This uses the phoenix as a symbol of regeneration and resilience. Fast-paced drumming, bright keyboards, and uplifting melodies. It fits perfectly with the album's theme of strength and survival. It's inspiring without feeling cheesy, which is important in this genre. The Evil Change is built around a suspenseful riff. The song feels like a call to action. It urges listeners to stand up and raise their voices. Musically, it's melodic and driven by strong lead guitar work. It feels urgent but controlled, another highlight for guitar fans. Eternally is a ballad. It begins gently with soft vocals and tender keyboards, then it gradually builds into a sweeping instrumental section. Asami's vibrato really shines here. It's emotional but so powerful. They don't overdo it. It feels very sincere. The album closes with a heartfelt finale, One Will Remain. It wraps themselves up in unity and resilience. Musically, it feels like a conclusion, not just another track. And it gives a sense of closure and purpose, and knowing that this album is a precursor to their highly anticipated debut performance at the legendary Nippon Budokan in March 2026. This ending feels symbolic. They're preparing to stand as one of Japan's most iconic stages as a fully unified band. So, back to my original question, have Lovebites taken a major creative step forward with outstanding power? I would say for me, the answer is yes. I actually like this album more than Judgment Day. I think they took more chances here. The collaborative songwriting shows. The bass guitar is more present. The stylistic variety is wider. They experimented with heavier extremes, especially on that song Reaper's Lullaby. And they also did some cool stuff. They leaned into arena-ready hooks on Wheels of Fire. This album feels like a band growing in confidence. At the same time, I still need to explore the rest of their discography to fully understand their evolution, but as someone still getting to know them, the album made me more interested, and that's a good sign. I'm giving Outstanding Power an 8 out of 10. It's strong, confident, and shows growth. It's not perfect, but it feels like a band stepping into a new phase of their career. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you check out my review of Judgment Day, and it should be appearing on your screen right now. Let me know in the comments what you think of Outstanding Power. Is it their best album? Are they ready for Budokan? Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss future rock and metal reviews. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.